So now it is working fine. If you are going to check, now it is working fine. It's giving the different. Previous case it is not working like that. But now you can see we have written the whole code for the genetic calculator, and what is the final solution we are getting, we are estimating here. Now we are going to compare the solution, whether this solution, genetic calculator, is giving the better result or not. So that's why we are using the different type of classification technique. Because in this case, we are only using the decision tree, and based on the decision tree, we are finding whether our solution is true or false. Okay. So now you can see we are going to take some more classification techniques. So due to the time limit, I'm going to take directly our previous code, but we have only 30 minutes left. So same like that, whatever we have used before, same like that, we are using the different type of Gaussian name-based classifier, decision tree, support vector classifier, k-nearest classifier, bagging classifier, AdaBoost, and random boost classifier. And after that, we are writing whatever the code we have written previously, we are writing the same code here also. We are not going to change anything. We are only changing the technique name, and we are writing the same code. If you are going to check, we are writing the same code here also. So in all the code, what we are writing, the same thing we are writing. Model 1, we are writing Gaussian name-based classifier, because model 1 we have already. So again, we are doing model 1 Gaussian name-based, Bernoulli name-based, multinomial, complete name-based classifier, decision tree, support vector classifier we are taking. Then we are taking k-nearest neighbor classifier, bagging classifier. Then we are also taking the random forest and AdaBoost classifier. So we are using these number of classifier, and then we are going to calculate what is the performance of the model in the case of genetic algorithm. So here you can see we have already done. Now we are using the k-fold cross validation here. So here we are using the 5-fold cross validation technique. We are using the 5-fold cross validation technique, and after that we are going to read the data, and for each data we will calculate what is the predicted value and what is that value. So now again we'll go for all the 36 data. So we are writing for I in range of 0 to 36. I in range of 0 to 36. We are going to read the data that we have written the code also here. We are going to check here. We have already written the code for reading the data. If you are going to check here, this one. The same code we are also going to use here. We are going to check the same code. So once we are reading the data, we are going to normalize the data by using the normalization technique. So we are writing data of 0 to -1 equal to normalized. We have to check what are the name of the function is there. Normalized data. We are using the same thing here. Normalized data of all column 0 to -1. Once the data is normalized, we are going to use the k-fold cross validation, that is called the 5-fold cross validation. So this is the code for 5-fold cross validation. So we are calculating what is the training data, what is the testing data for each fold. And once we got the training and testing data, now we are calling the model. So here we are also written this code. We are calling the model, and we are calculating what is the y predicted values. What is the y predicted value? We are going to define one from variable y predicted value equal to n3 dot zeros, n3 dot size of data of 0, n3 dot size of data of 0, comma. So now we are using the 15 different type of model 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 14. And then finally, we are also going to store our testing data. This one we are continuing for all the values. So now you can see we are writing for the project one. After that, once we got this value, now we are also going to calculate what is the accuracy of the model for all 15 technique using all feature. And then after that, we will also execute for the GF feature. So here we have written the code. After that, first we are going to find what is the accuracy values. So we are writing here. After that, we are going for the for j in a range of, we are working for the 15 project. So j in range of 0 to 14, 0 to 14, because the 14th one we are storing the actual data. So for j in range of 0 to 14, we have to write here. For j in range of 0 to 14, we are going to calculate the accuracy value. So here we are defining one accuracy value equal to 8p dot 0 job. We are working for 36 projects. So we are writing 36, 14 techniques. So we are writing here 14. So now we are going to calculate ACV, accuracy value of I, j equal to 8 CV, accuracy score of y predicted all column minus 1, that is our actual value, y predicted all column. So now we are also calculating the accuracy value for all the techniques. So what we are writing here, first we are going for the project number 1. We are reading the data. After that we are normalizing the data. After normalizing, we are calculating what is the predicted value using the cross validation technique here we are using. So what is the predicted value for this testing data, and we are storing in our variable called by predict, where the first column basically represent the predicted value using model 1. Model 1 is Gaussian named-based classifier. Same like that, the second column is represent Bernoulli named-based classifier. Same like that we are writing, and after that finally we are also calculating what is the accuracy score value. So if we are going to check some problem here, we are taking np.0, np dot size of data of 0, yes, so we are going to write y predict equal to np dot 0. Now we are going to find the size of the data. So we are writing np dot set of data of 0, so now we have to check whether it is working or not. Again, some problems are coming. Okay, 15. We have to check 15. So now you can see it has start working for the project. If you are going to check, it start working for the project. And same thing we are also going to calculate. So now what we are going to do now, this one is the accuracy value using the genetic algorithms. We are finding, we have already calculated the final function. For the ith one, in how many cases we are getting the 0, means what are the features suggested for the project number 1 using genetic algorithm, and we are taking only those features, and after that we are finding what is the training data and testing data, and then we are calculating the accuracy with the genetic algorithm. So here you can see if we are going to calculate the accuracy with the genetic algorithm, here we are getting the. So now you can see the first one we are getting the accuracy value. We are writing ACV. This is using all the feature, and second one we are getting the ACP using GA. This one we are getting based on the genetic algorithm features. So now you can see one is equal complete. It will print the value of ACP using genetic algorithm, then ACP using the. Now you can see. So this is the accuracy value we are getting based on the based on the all feature, and this is the accuracy value we are getting based on the genetic algorithm. We can also save this value here. We are also going to save this value. So what are the accuracy value we are getting based on the genetic algorithm, and what is the accuracy value we are getting based on the all feature. So we have stored this value ACB, we have stored here ACB, and then we are also storing what is the accuracy value we are getting based on the ACB of G. So that is for the ACB. Let's go. So one can see it is already here. We are going to refresh this file. Now you can see. So here we can easily find in which case it is giving the better. So this is the accuracy value we are getting based on the feature number 1, and the second one we are getting based on the feature number 2. That is for the final G. This one we are getting in one case, and one case we are getting this value. This value we are getting in the another case, but in this case we are getting the same value we have to check. Somewhere we are doing the mistake, or ACB of IJ equal to Y product. We are taking the data here. Y product PR plus 1. So now you can see. So here we are getting, this is the accuracy value we are getting based on the accuracy value we are getting for the all feature, and the same like that here we are getting the accuracy value for the different using the genetic algorithm. So if you are using the genetic algorithm, this is the accuracy value we are getting, and if you are using the normal case, we are getting the different accuracy value. So if you are going to calculate the average accuracy value, what is the average accuracy value we are getting based on the different technique, then here you can also find. Here we can also find what is the average accuracy we are getting. So we are writing NP dot mean average of ACB So now you can see. So here we are getting the nearly equal to same solution. Here we are getting the solution based on the 20 feature, and here we are getting the solution based on the 65. We are getting the 65% of accuracy on an average based on the reduced set of features. So if you are getting 66% here, and here we are getting the 65.93, here we are getting 66.80. Means only 1% we are getting based on when we are going to consider all feature, and when we are taking only 5-6 feature, then in this case we are getting the 65.93% of the accuracy on an average. So in this case, definitely we can say if we are going for the cost benefit analysis, then GA algorithm is giving the better result as compared to the all feature. So again, I'm going to explain you from the starting point what we are going to do. First, we have written one decision tree algorithm here, and after taking the decision tree algorithm, then we are going to find the important feature using the genetic algorithm. So here we are giving the 80% weightage to the accuracy, and 20% we are only giving the weightage to the number of selected feature. Once we are getting the selected feature, then we are using the different type of machine learning technique. Here we are using the Gaussian, Bernoulli, multinomial, complete name-based classifier, decision tree classifier, support vector classifier with different kernels. Then we are also using the k-nearest neighbor classifier, bagging classifier. Then we are also using the ADA boost classifier. And based on that, we are going for all the 36 colleges. And then we are going to find what is the accuracy if we are using the all feature, and what is the accuracy if we are using the selected feature. And when we are going to find the average accuracy, then in this case we are getting the nearly equal to same accuracy. Means what we are getting conclusion here, if we are going to reduce the number of feature, if we are going to improve some irrelevant feature, still we are getting the similar types of accuracy. I mean, there are some irrelevant features present in the original data, and that we have removed using the genetic algorithm. And after removing those features, the performance is not going to change. The performance are still coming at the same performance. Means whatever the models we are developing based on the 20 feature, and whatever the models we are developing based on the 5 feature, both are coming approximately same. So that is the one advantage of using the genetic algorithm. If you have any question, then If you have any question, then
good afternoon, sir.
yeah, good afternoon.
Thank you, sir, for this beautiful lecture, sir. Actually, I have something off topic, but it is regarding this feature selection.
Okay.
Sir, if we are using, I mean, many techniques, feature selection techniques like information gain or correlation or whatever gain. For example, I am using 6 of them. Then I am generating the scores and ranks. By scores, I am generating the ranks of my features. So now I get these 6 kind of rankings. Okay.
6 kind of rankings.
Yes, sir. So now my question is, what is the state of art aggregation scheme by which we can aggregate these 6 kind of rankings? Right now, I am stuck at this majority vote thing. I am taking the majority of votes that they from this, and I am generating one such table that gives me, I mean, the aggregated based on majority vote.
Okay, means you are saying like that first you have applied of 6 different feature ranking technique, and then whatever the selected feature you are getting for each feature ranking technique, we are also calculating the ranking. Means how many feature selection technique recommended this feature, and after that we are taking the final one, right? Final one. Okay. Now here you can also calculate the importance level of the. Now in the previous case, what we are giving the equal weightage. We are giving the equal weightage to all the features, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to also calculate the weights. Okay. How much this feature is important if you are using the information gain. So as for example, if you are calculating the information gain for first feature, that is coming 2 times better than the second feature. So you have to give some more weightage to that feature.
Yes. Actually, I am taking the scores into consideration, and by scores I mean if some feature is getting highest score, I am giving it the rank of first, then second, then
that you are giving. So now what you are doing, that is fine. Initially you are giving like that. These are the 5 ranked students. What you are doing simple like that. Now you do that you are going to select 5 students. Okay. So what we are doing, so 5 students, first we are selecting based on the CGPA, second you are selecting based on the 10th marks, and third one you are selecting based on the 12th marks. Right? And after that, what we are doing, after that, we are finding how many students are coming the better rank.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as for example, this is coming a student 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. A student 5. These are the ranking based on the CGPA. Same like that, when we are going for the 10th mark, we are coming S3, S4, S5. Something like that, we are giving this is the rank based on the 10th marks. Now, after that, we are going to consider this one. When we are going for the voting, we are giving the equal weightage. If it is coming one time, you are giving only one time weightage. Now, what I am saying like that, now we do that if the CGPA of this student is 9 and second CGPA is 4, you have to also give some weight. You can also give some weight to this student. You have to also give the weight to this student. You cannot consider as a 1-1. You can also give some weightage. So, as for example, now we do that simple example. I will not take more than 2 minutes time. Now we do that. If we are talking about some classifier, these are the 3 classifier in our college. One is our HOD, head of the department. Second is professor of the department. And third one is assistant professor. The students are coming with the resume, and this model will predict whether the student will get job. Okay. Now the HOD is saying like that you will get job. Professor is saying like that you will get job. Assistant professor is saying like that you will not get job. If we are using the concept, of major voting, what we can say like that the student will get a job. Okay. But what is the problem? Here you are giving the equal weightage to the HOD, equal weightage to the professor, equal weightage to the assistant professor. That is not right, because the assistant professor has only 1 year of experience, HOD has 20 years of experience, professor has something called 15 years of experience, something like that. Then in this case, definitely the student will believe more on HOD as compared to the assistant professor. But if you are using the major voting symbol, if the HOD is saying 1 and assistant professor is saying 0, that we will consider as a border point, 50% chance. But if you are using the major weight-based, if you are also giving the weightage, no, because the HOD is saying like that we will get the job, means we have to give the 70% weightage to the HOD. Because the HOD has 20 years of experience. So same like that, you can also give some weights. You can also give some weights based on the what value, based on the information gain value, based on the gain ratio value, you have to give some weights. And after that, you have to try.
Sir, as far as I am able to understand, when I get the scores, I need to multiply the scores by the corresponding weight of this feature. That will give me a new set of scores on that basis.
After normalization, you have to normalize the value, then you will multiply.
Yes.
Because if you are going for the gain ratio, it will come between 0 to 0.5. Information gain, it will come 0 to 1, something like that. So you have to also first normalize the value so that all the rank will come between, all the value will come between 0
and 1.
Then it will multiply.
Then I will multiply. Then I will get a new set of scores. After that, I can rank them.
Yes.
And then that ranking will be taken into consideration.
Yes.
Is that so, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Lav Kumar, sir, for accepting our invitation as a resource person in our FDP. Very soon we will organize this FDP, this similar kind of FDP in offline mode.
Okay.
So we accept that you will accept our invitation.
Sure, sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
And
if anyone has any question,
next speaker have joined the Zoom, so please introduce him.
Dear delegates, now it's time to call next resource person, Professor Mansaf Alam. But before calling him, let's have a quick look over his biography. Professor Mansaf Alam is working presently as a professor in the Department of Computer Sciences, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. His research interests include cloud computing, IoT, big data analytics, artificial intelligence, and digital logic design. He has published 5 books entitled Digital Logic Design, Concepts of Multimedia, Internet of Things, Concepts and Applications, Big Data Analytics, its applications in business and market, Extended Reality for Healthcare System, Recent Advances in Contemporary Research. He has published about 88 research papers, in which 64 have been published in Scopes Indexed and the rest of 25 have been published in Web of Science. He filed patents in artificial intelligence-based dustbin granted by Australia. He had delivered about 192 invited talks and has guided 7 research scholars. Professor Alam had been working as a security advisor, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi, from July 2018 to July 2019. He had been working as a deputy proctor, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi, from June 2017 to July 2019. He had been working as a deputy director, IQAC Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi, from February 2016 to September 2019. He had been working as a deputy provost, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi, from 2018 to July 2019. He had been working as a deputy director, Innovation and Entrepreneur Center, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi, from 2017 to 19. We welcome you, sir, in our program. Sir, you may continue. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving. My sound is coming to everyone?
Now you are audible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
yes,
very
sir.
much, ma'am, for giving brief introductions about me. Respected Vice Chancellor, Dean, Head of the Department, coordinators, all faculty members, and my dear participants. Good afternoon to all of you. Friend, we know these days data science is very important field for the research. Applications of data science a lot in real life. Data science because a lot of data. So I'll discuss in more details on the topic big data analytics, IoT, applications in real life. This data science field is the emerging field, and various components we have to cover. A lot of data science jobs are available in the market, but lack of expertise in this field. So let us see a video of 2 minutes that show the real life applications. Then I will start discussion on the topic.
Jarvis.
Good morning, Mark.
I talked to Jarvis using this app I built. It uses artificial intelligence to understand me and figure out what to do. Fresh shirt.
Fire in the hole.
Hell yeah.
As a takeaway, I'd probably just caution everyone to understand that perhaps you should use big data to make your small decisions and use your gut to make the big decisions.
7, 8, 9, 0, 2, 5, 7.
So, dear friends, this is the one applications. A lot of applications are available in the market and people are using it. So let us see the human face of big data. First, we have to understand how the intelligence works in a human being. And the same intelligence we are going to give to the machine so that machine can act like a human being. I'll show you 4 activities that take place in the human being, and the same that 4 activities we are going to give a machine so machine can behave like a human. So there are 4 activities take place in our mind to manage the data. Huge amount of data are stored in our mind from nursery to PG up to oldest age. And the data like image, video, picture, text, all such type of data are stored in the human mind. But how that all data are managed in the human mind, the scientists taken the example of mind, how to manage, and then it's bring into the reality. So friend, you have studied several nature-inspired algorithms and something developed by inspiring from the nature. So there are 2 memory in the human being, short-term memory and the long-term memory. As we know, in a computer, primary memory and the secondary memory. 4 activities. First one, that is the attention. A lot of input-output organs in a human being. From input organs, we are getting the data from the surrounding, storing in the short-term memory. by ear, by eye, by skin, you are getting. The first step is the attention. That means you are going to make a network. If there is no network, data will not be transferred. In a classroom, in a talk, you are delivering, but there is no network, no one is going to accept your message. So attention is very important. After attention, your all organs will be activated and started receiving the data. As soon as your brain receives the message from the surrounding, just 3 questions arises in your mind. First question, what? That means you are a student. 2 questions arises in your mind, what and how, then you are a teacher. And 3rd question arises in your mind, why, what, how, and why, then you are a scientist. So after asking this question, you are going to refine the message and the information. You are going to make the quality data, quality information after receiving from the surrounding. And then another step is started in your mind, that is the rehearsal. Rehearsal means just you are using the pre-processing, making the quality data by asking several questions. Which part of information is relevant? Which part of the information are not relevant? Whether the data received is wrong or right. So after rehearsal, you make the data quality. Once you make the data quality, the 3rd step is started in your mind, that is known as the encoding process. Encoding process means transferring your data from short-term memory to long-term memory, where the data will be stored permanently. The next and the last step, that is known as the retrieval. As soon as you get the information from surrounding, you will search that information from your long-term memory and you will deliver from your output organs in the society. So these are the 4 activities take place in your mind. Now let us see. We are going to train the machine, means we are going to implement these all 4 activities in the machine to make the machine intelligent. Remember one thing, there is a concept of artificial intelligence. As I discussed, that is the intelligent. If there are enough data in your mind, enough information in your mind, you are intelligent. Same concept, we are going to make the machine intelligent, that is known as the artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence based big data analytics is very important right now. Remember one thing, artificial intelligence is not possible without the data. अगर आपके पास डेटा नहीं है तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इज यूजलेस एंड डेटा साइंस इज यूजलेस. देयर इज नो डेटा साइंस without the data. These days, a lot of data are available in the market. So you can feed the data to your machine to make the machine trained and intelligent. That means machine can take the decision as you people are taking the decision. अगर आपके पास नॉलेज नहीं है, आपसे सवाल पूछा जाए, you're not able to answer because no data informations are available in your mind. Similarly, if there is no data, machine is not trained, machine is not tested, then machine will not give the right decision. So now we are going to implement these all steps in the next slide, but just understand what exactly the artificial intelligence and how this artificial intelligence used in the data analytics in the field of data science. artificial intelligence is the oldest concept, but right now, most of the people are using the artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence is not using in the science, computer science, but the concept of artificial intelligence right now is used in almost all field of research, business and marketing, medical science, sports, education, social science, etc. Everywhere, people are trying to use the artificial intelligence. Why artificial intelligence? Because artificial intelligence is based on the data. Everywhere data are available. So artificial intelligence is possible. General survey, a question were asked, do you know artificial intelligence? 72% people answer yes. 17% people no. 11% not sure. Now let us see the status of artificial intelligence in the world. In this PPT, divided into 3 parts. First, present, second, going on, and third one, future of artificial intelligence-based machine. In present scenario, 57% artificial intelligence-based machine having the ability to learn. 50% AI-based machine can solve your problem. 37% interpret the speech. 35% ability to replicate human interaction. And 51% AI-based machine can think logically as you people are thinking. This is the existing. And under developing, going on, 19% in play game, 18% run on surveillance on the people, 31% going to replace the job, then think what will happen in the coming future. Now let us see the future of artificial intelligence based machine. 10% take over the world. यानी दुनिया का 10% AI based machine can take over. 8% control your mind. Just think what will happen if your mind is controlled by a machine. There will be another problems you have to face in the real life. Controlling the mind of a human being with the help of machine, it may be good, it may be dangerous. And it is about to come in the near future. And people are working on it, how to control the mind of a human being with the help of AI-based machine. Some people are saying, okay, you can use the concept of artificial intelligence-based machine, use the concept of artificial intelligence in machine. Can you give the emotion to the machine? In the coming future, yes, 14% feel emotion. Machine can also feel emotions as human being or feel the emotions. So what will happen in the coming future? Just I am going to quote a real life example. Suppose your friend want to do a particular job and you don't want to do that. So simply you can send a signal from your machine, from your watch or a devices, wearable devices to the mind of a human being, to the mind of your friend and control or send a negative signal. So within a second, will not interested to do that particular job. See, what is the beauty of this? Some people are addicted for some things. You can send the signals and that will be clear. There is a good. But sometimes people are dangerous. They can control your mind for wrong work. So any technology is a good and a bad based on the usage. So these all are the capabilities of artificial intelligence, and we are using this artificial intelligence in data analytics to take the decision. That is known as the AI-based data analytics or AI-based big data analytics. That all are the core component of the data science, because we are going to play with the data in the topic of data science. So now see here, as I told you, the 4 steps take place in your mind, and the same 4 steps we are going to use for the machine to make the machine intelligent. Let us see. First one, data generations. As I told you that we are receiving the data from the surrounding, here you are going to generate the data and storing that data in the computer memory. Whether you are using the sensors, with the help of sensors, with the help of mobile phone and any other devices, you are generating the data and you are capturing the data. That data may be structured, unstructured, video, audio, text, etc. And that data is going to be stored here. As I told you, मैंने कहा कि आप सराउंडिंग से डेटा लिए, शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी में स्टोर किए और स्टोरिंग के बाद आपका प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होता है. Similarly, first you are going to store the data either in the cloud or on a server. Then the third step started data processing. As I told you that you are going to transfer your data from short-term memory to long-term memory. Similarly, here next step that you are going to process the data through CPU or GPU, and you are using here the concept of artificial intelligence. Just as you are in your brain, you are going to give the brain to the machines and you are going to make the machine intelligence. So you have to use here the AI based algorithm. And the fourth step, that was the retrieval. So in an actionable insight, and after the product, you can use it and predict the signals are generated. So these 4 steps we are using in our day-to-day life to make the machine intelligence that can take the decision. And based on the data, whether data is normal data, big data, any other types of data. And what concepts of artificial intelligence we are going to use here? We are going to use the machine learning and the deep learning. A lot of algorithms are available, machine learning algorithms and the deep learning algorithms. Machine learning and deep learning are the subset of artificial intelligence. Deep learning is the subset of machine learning. So these concepts we are going to use. Now see that all are the preliminary things, that all are the existing concepts and will use in the field of data science. And how can you do the work in the field of data science? So a lot of revolutions in the technology. Lot of technology introduced in the real world. Data flow, unstructured data, data storage, technology for data storage, lack of predictive analytics, and lack of scientific insight. Then come forward decision making, predictions, pattern recovery, and that all come to give the birth of data science, so that all activities we can perform in the field of data science. Due to lack of time, I will not take more time, because in 45 minutes, I can't discuss many more things. But in the fast mode, I'll tell you something new here. See what exactly the data science and why the concept of data science emerged in the real world and become the more popular. Before it was, this is the circle, computer science, software, and the machine learning. Before, people were using machine learning concept is used by the people for the long time. So they people were using the machine learning with the computer and software. Then another thing emerges, that is the statistical mathematics, business analytics, and machine learning here, and the data science. That means for the business purpose, because a lot of data are available, to use the statistical tool, mathematics, to analyze and take the decision what to do in the next. If you are doing a business and you got the profit or loss, then you have to collect the data, analyze the data, and then take the decision. So a lot of data are available. So there are people using machine learning, statistical mathematics, data science, and the machine business analytics. And the third part, that is the software development, business, and the data science. This diagram shows the data science is for all. Everyone can use the data science, either from the social science, from the science, from the engineering background, everywhere the data science. जहां पे डेटा है, जिसको डेटा से प्ले करना है, that is the data science. In the whole world, everything is based on the data, or data are available in almost all disciplines. Now see how company treat the data science. Ask a question among 300 US executive in data science role. As a first class discipline like finance and marketing, that was 65%. That is the high maturity companies, and low maturity companies, that 17%. And as separate practice from it day-to-day operation, the highly matured companies 26% and 35% low maturity companies. 5% as support to other department and 41% for low maturity company. So these are the scenario company are treating in data science. So in the data science research and methods, people are started doing the research, people have started the course, social media, digital outreach programs, data driven decision making, and the support services, data collection services, etc. Now see why the concept of this data science arises in the real world. Just see the scenario of a data. Just this data from the 2016 to 2021, I'll show you. In 2016, in 60 seconds, in 1 minute, YouTube 2.78 million videos views, 20.8 million message transmitted in a minute, Google 2.4 million search every minute. And what happened in the next year, in 2017, the YouTube data 2.78 to 4.1 million, that means near about just double the data. In the case of WhatsApp, 20.8 to 29.2 million. And similarly, a lot of data generated day by day. Just imagine in 1 minute, such amount of data generated. So what amount of data generated in 1 hour, 1 day, 1 year? Huge amount of data. So now see the scenario of 2017 and 18. The Google was 3.5 million search, and 2018 3.7 million search. Now see the statistics. Now the data increase is decreased. 3.5 million and then 3.7 million means the 0.2 million data increase on the Google. In the case of YouTube, 4.1 million and then YouTube 4.3 million. Again here 0.2 million data increased. And in the case of WhatsApp, 38 million. Now see the scenario of 2019 and 20. In 2019, Google 3.8 million search queries, And in 2020, 4.1 million. The difference is 0.3 million. Now the data increase in 0.1 million increase, and YouTube 4.5, 4.7, again 0.2, that is the constant right now. 0.2 millions data increased. So similarly, day by day, data is increasing in the real world. And recently past the 2021, see the scenario now, 69 million messages sent every second, every minute, and 500 hour content uploaded every minute. So after looking at this scenario, various social media platforms, a huge amount of data are generated. That's why a separate field of data science emerges to manage this data, and the enough data are available here, so you can use the concept of artificial intelligence in a machine, because artificial intelligence is not possible without the data, and now huge amount of data are available. Then you can develop your own strategy, own technique to take the decision by the machine. Now just quick view, because I'm just also carrying the time. So this is the scenario of the world. In North America, greater than 3,500 petabyte data generated. In Europe, greater than 2,000. And let us see the concept in India, greater than 50 petabyte data. So data generation in India is less, but if you see other country, a lot of data generated. So the concepts of data science arises from the other country, and people started the course in the data science 5 years, 10 years back. The data science course started in the Berkeley University, USA, UK, 5 or 6 years before. But right now, most of the university started the course of data science because a lot of job opportunity available in the market, but the less of expertise available in this field. Now, friend, I'll take only 10 minutes because time is going to be over. Just see here. You are working in the field of data science and you have to solve a problem. Then you have to take the decision what type of data analytics is required in a particular situation. There are 4 types of big data analytics method and the type in which particular situation what type of data analytics is required. As soon as you get the data and you are going to analyze the data, you are going to do the analytics with the data, first ask a question, and if you want the answer of that question, then you can take the decision that particular type of data analytics is required. Suppose there is a first type of big data analytics, that is the descriptive big data analytics. Ask a question. If you want to answer the question what happened if data is given and someone asking you to just find out what happened. An accident take place. A lot of data is there of accident data. And people want to know what happened. So you want to get the answer what happened, that means you have to use the descriptive big data analytics. And the level of advancement is the law of descriptive big data analytics. Incorporate AI and the machine learning, not usually. Level of popularity of diagnostic big data analytics used by almost all organizations. And if you want to know why did it happen, if you have data and you want to know why did it happen, that means you have to use the diagnostic big data analytics. And the level of advancement, that is the medium. Incorporations of AI and machine learning, sometimes level of popularity used by many organizations. Next type of big data analytics, that is the predictive. If you want to get the answer from the data, what will happen next, then you have to try to use predictive big data analytics. The level of advancement is high. In corporations of AI and the machine learning, usually a level of popularity used by a smaller but growing group of organizations. And the third type of data analytics, that is known as the prescriptive. If you want to know from the data, what should I do? Then definitely you go for the prescriptive big data analytics. And the level of advancement is very high. Incorporate AI and the machine learning, always level of popularity that is not yet widespread. So these are the various types of big data analytics. You can use according to your requirement, according to your questions. You can take the decision what type of big data analytics is required to do this. So, purpose of big data analytics in a business or in any field, to reduce the cost, fast, better decision making, and to launch new product and the services. And everyone know the big data analytics, deep analysis, and model generation. Just see, first you have to make the data quality. If data is quality, your model will work good. Suppose one example, you people are attending a workshop, a training given to you by arranging 5 and 6 lectures. At the end of the day, you have to appear in a test. That means you first trained and then finally test exam will get the result. Then a certificate will be given that these people are trained. Similarly, first we are going to make a model and then we are going to train the model with the accurate data, with the quality data, and then we are going to test the model. If model is working clearly, then you could decide, yes, it is the good, it is working properly. So just compare with the human life with the machine. All the activities we are doing in your real life, same concept we are going to implement with the machine. A lot of applications of this big data analytics, you can do the research in the field of data science. That is the fraud detections. Due to the social media popularity, a lot of fraud detections, so you can work there. Social media analytics, sentiment analysis, predictive analytics, financial risk analysis, customer segmentation, product, and etc. These all are the field of research where you can also work. And now various tools and techniques are available for doing this. Right now, most of the people are going for the Python in the data science. But industry people are using the Spark Scala. Spark Scala is very important right now for the data analytics. Almost all companies are using the Spark Scala. And Python, of course, people are using. So many tools are available for the data science. Just I'm going to show you. And cloud is very important right now because data is very high. So storage of data is very important. So people are using the cloud for the storage. So for advanced analytics, standard NLP, rapid miner, Spark, Scala, and for the data management, Hadoop, Elastic, for data integrations, Telnet, etc. In cloud computing concept, you can take the infrastructure as a service, data as a service, and software as a service. So these facilities are available online. You can use it and do your analytics. So now I'm going to stop here for the discussion, because discussion is very important. If you have any question in your mind, feel free to ask the question if you have any query. Do you have any questions in your mind? Okay, I have one question. Why data science is more popular? See, just I'm going to give a real life problem. You are working in a company in Delhi. You are residing in Gurgaon. When you reach at your home, an accident takes place at your home. Your family member is not well, and you are planning to ship that person to the hospital. At the same time, a call comes from your office. There is an urgent work. You have to come to the office and do the work. You are confused. If you go to the hospital, you may lose the job. If you go back to the office, you may lose the family member. So that is the problem. And how can solve that problem? This technology, IoT, big data and cloud computing technology will be helpful to solve your problem. Another type of problems you are facing in the real life. You are at home, you are in an office, you are living alone at your home. As soon as you reach your office, all appliances, all motors are open, and it is very difficult to go to your house and switch off each and everything. So you think, is there any technology that solve you? This is another problem. A lot of problems in the real life, and people are trying to solve. So you have enough data, you have a big data technology, you have a IoT technology, you have a cloud technology, that all technology come together to solve the real life problem. So friend, if you have any questions, any doubt, feel free to ask any question.
Sir, I have one question. Sir, how we can use IoT and cloud simultaneously? Means what simulator we can use so that IoT and cloud can be combined?
Very good question. See, cloud is a storage. Suppose you have a devices and you connected your device, IoT devices with your machine, motor, home appliances, and then connect with the Wi-Fi to the cloud, thingspeak.com. Thingspeak is a open source, open cloud for the educational purpose. But if you want to do the business, then you have to purchase. You have to take the subscription. thingspeak.com. So you can create your account in thingspeak.com and define the parameter that you want to capture the data. Suppose you have a sensors that having the capability to capture the temperature and the humidity. You can attach with the Android board, yeah, Raspberry Pi, and then write a program in Python, make the connection. That cloud give you the API and the key and the channel number. You can just write down in the program, and the device, the data collected from the IoT devices will be transferred to the cloud. And in the cloud, you can use the big data analytics to analyze the data, either a machine learning, MATLAB, etc. That facilities are available there. I think you got the answer.
Yes, sir. Okay. So if I will face any problem, I will contact you.
Yeah, definitely. Most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nazmul Nisa?
Anybody having any query, you may ask.
Nazma, please start the validity session.
Okay, sir. Dear delegates, now it's a time for validatory session. For the same, I may invite Dr. Mohammad Naseem, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Sciences. What to you, sir?
Thank you, Najma, for inviting me to present the report of the FDP. Respected Professor Asif Hussain, Sir, Dean, Academic Office, Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Baba Ghulam Shah Bashar University, who is the chief guest of the event, Dr. Majid Bashir Malik, HOD, Department of Computer Science, Baba Ghulam Shah Bashar University, senior faculty members of the department, and dear participant, Assalamu alaikum and good evening to all of you. I, Dr. Mohammad Naseem, on the behalf of Department of Computer Science, is going to present the report of 1 week FDP on data science application in science and technologies. Department of Computer Science, Baba Ghulam Shah Bashar University conducted a 1 week faculty development program on data science application in science and technology from March 28 to April 1st, 2022. Total of 107 participants, in which nearly 40% are faculties and rest are student and research scholar, have registered in the program from all over the globe, including Asia and European countries. Total of 10 eminent experts from academia as well as industry who belongs to various parts of the India are invited to share their wisdom and vast experience on the topic. The keynote speaker on the opening session was Professor Akil Ahmed, who is the chairman and professor, Department of Stats and Operation Research, AMU Aligarh, on the first day. In the first session of the video lecture, Professor Akil Ahmed has delivered a lecture on data analysis using software packages. He has explained the basic concept of stats and especially focused on correlation and regression analysis. He has demonstrated the software tool Minitab and explained the various concepts of data analysis using Minitab software. In the second session of this FDP, Dr. Surajit Devnath, Head Department of Medical Laboratory, Tripura, has delivered a lecture on practical session on biomedical application of data science, focusing vaccine design and cancer diagnostics. He has explained various research work done in his area and demonstrated the simulation tool developed by him. He has also described the vaccine development process in details. On the second day, in the first session of this FDP, Professor M.N. Huda, who is director of Bharatiya Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Science and Mathematical Management, New Delhi, has delivered a lecture on analytics-enabled research paper writing. He has explained the review process of peer-reviewed journal paper using the help of flowchart. He has described various techniques and tools using which researchers can improve their paper quality and get it published in SCI Scopus Index Journal. In the second session of this FDP, Professor M.M. Sufyan Beg, Principal Zakir Hussain College of Engineering and Technology, AMU Aligarh, has delivered a lecture on prestigious natural languages. He has explained the concept of computing with words in details. In the third day, in the first session of this FDP, Dr. Muhammad Zakwan, Assistant Professor, Polytechnic Manu, Hyderabad, has delivered a lecture on data science application of computational intelligence in civil engineering. He has explained the various computational techniques and their application in civil engineering. In the second session of this FDP, Dr. Muhit Ahmed Bhatt, Associate Professor, University of Kashmir, Srinagar, has delivered a lecture on data science in agriculture. He has explained the concept of data science and how it can be useful for agricultural science. On the fourth day, the speaker was Dr. Vinay Kumar Saini, working as a in Dhanar Corporation, Bangalore, Karnataka. He is from industry. He has explained the concept of big data uses in healthcare. The next speaker was Dr. Shahab Saqib Suhail, who is working as assistant professor at Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi. He has explained the current trend in handling social media, data challenge, and possible solutions. On the last day, the speaker was Dr. Lav Kumar, assistant professor, BITS Plani, Hyderabad campus, Telangana. He has explained the concept of genetic algorithm and given handouts on selection of important feature using genetic algorithms. In the session 2, the speaker was Professor Mansaf Alam, Professor, Department of Computer Science, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. He has given talk on AI-based big data analytics and IoT in real-life applications. Dr. Majid Bashir Balik, Head Department of Computer Science, delivered the opening remark. He shared his valuable insight on the topic and motivated the audience for their active participation. Dr. Muhammad Naseem, Assistant Professor, Baba Ghulam Shah Badshah, delivered a closing remark. He highlighted the importance and relevance of the topic in the current scenario. Dr. Gulfam Ahmed and Dr. Muhammad Naseem were the organizing secretary of this FDP. The moderator was Najmun Nisa, who is a research scholar of the department and who has engaged the audience and key speaker in the 10th session throughout 5 days of the online FDP. Dr. Adil Ahmed Lawe and Ms. Parveen Rana took care of registration, verification, and certification. The FDP received a lot of positive feedback from the faculty member and research scholar from the many universities of India and abroad. There were more than 107 enthusiastic participants in total who took part in the 5-day online FDP. Each session was of 90 minutes and include open question and answer session. Zoom was the platform used and session link, feedback link are shared in every session. The registration participants are engaged in the special WhatsApp group and by email. The recording of this FDP are being uploaded on YouTube channel of the Department of Computer Science, Baba Ghulam Shah Badshah University. This is all about the conclusion of this particular FDP. Nazma, over to you.
Dear delegates, it's now time to call our chief guest, Professor Asif Hussain, Dean School of Mathematical and Computer Sciences and Dean of Engineering and Technology. We welcome you, sir, in our program. Over to you, sir.
Hello, I am audible. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you very much. I start in the name of Allah, the most compassionate and the most.
Sir, please unmute yourself. You are muted.
Now, sir, okay. You can speak.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everybody. My dear friend, Dr. Majid Bashir, head of the department. I made it convenient to attend 1 week FDP organized by the Department of Computer Science on data sciences. Data scientists tackle question.
सर आपका अनम्यूट हो गया सर, फिर अनम्यूट कर लीजिए.
3 volume, variety, and velocity. Then they use it as a fodder for algorithm and models. The most cutting edge data scientists working in machine learning and artificial intelligence make models that automatically self-improve, noting and learning from their mistakes. I thank to all our eminent speakers, various my friends from Jamia, Aligarh universities and others eminent institutions. And I'll also thank to all the participants who joined us in this FDP. It gives me immense pleasure to be part of this FDP, being a dean of this School of Mathematical Sciences. I would like to congratulate the Department of Computer Science, their faculty members, head of the department, research scholars, and students who make it a great success. Without taking much time, I once again congratulate and wish all the best for the department, for the participant, and especially I thanks all the eminent speakers who give a extraordinary lectures, extraordinary talks on data sciences. I don't know much about the data sciences because I am from civil engineering background. So already a week-long programs, already you learned about a great in details about the data sciences. So Dr. Gulfam, I want to conclude here. Thank you for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to spare some word and time for us, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your few words of wisdom.
Thank you.
Dear delegates, this FDP proved to be an eye-opening session for the beginner, middle, and high-level researchers, and also aimed at imparting the skills required to handle different tools and technologies that are useful during the entire process of research and scholarly communications. This FDP intended to orient participants towards developing their own research plans, paying due attention to every stage of research. The sessions were handled by great academicians and industry personnel from reputed institutions and industry. The FDP was attended by participants, faculty members from CSE, IT, AI, ML, DS, ECE, EEE and mathematics departments, research scholars, and PG students from inside and outside Jammu and Kashmir. Now I hand over to Dr. Gulfam Ahmed, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Sciences, for the further proceedings.
Thank you, Najmunisa. Respected Dean, School of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, and School of Engineering and Technology. Also, respected resource person, today's resource person, Professor Mansaf Alam Sahab, Jamia Millia Islamia, and our senior colleagues and respected participants. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and very good afternoon to all of you. I acknowledge this as my pleasant responsibility to extend a formal vote of thanks for this auspicious event. As we all know, phrases and statements are never enough to acknowledge the efforts of anyone, but we are restricted in many ways in past due to the COVID pandemic. But now we are going towards the normalization, and we can organize some more events in the offline mode. That we move to the duty entrusted to me. Being the organizing secretary of this one-week faculty development program on data science applications in science and technologies, it is my privilege to propose vote of thanks on the occasion. So without consuming much of your time, I, on behalf of the Department of Computer Science, Baba Ghulam Sabad University Rajouri, Jammu and Kashmir, express my sincere gratitude to the Chief Patron, Professor Akbar Masood, Honorable Vice Chancellor Baba Ghulam Sabad University Rajouri, Jammu and Kashmir. Professor Akbar Masood always encourages us for the kind of academic and research-oriented events Sir, you are a source of inspiration for all of us. On behalf of the Department of Computer Sciences, I express our deep gratitude to you, sir. The patron of this faculty development program, Professor Iqbal Parvez, Dean Academic Affairs, Baba Ghulam Shah Badshah University, Rajouri, Jammu and Kashmir. He is a person blended with long experience of research and academic profile. He is a constant inspiration for all of us. On behalf of the Department of Computer Sciences, I express our deep gratitude to you, sir. Today, chief guest and co-patron of this faculty development program in valedictory session, Professor Asif Hussain, Dean School of Mathematical and Computer Sciences and Dean School of Engineering Technology, Baba Ghulam Shah Badshah University, Rajouri, Jammu and Kashmir. He is a good administrator as well as researcher and academician in the field of civil engineering. When the convener, Dr. Majid Basir Malik, contacted him for this event, he readily accepted our invitation. We are thanking you, sir. On behalf of the Department of Computer Sciences, I record our deep sense of appreciation and gratitude to you, sir. I must further mention our deep sense of appreciation for Professor Akil Ahmed, Chairperson, Department of Statistics and Operations, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, Uttar Pradesh, for accepting our invitation and appealing explanations on the topic data analysis using software packages. Thanking you, the deep insight, sir. I thank to Dr. Surajit Devnath, Head Department of Medical Laboratory Technology, Women's Polytechnic, AICT, Tripura, to deliver an invited talk in this faculty development program on biomedical applications of data science, focusing vaccine design especially and cancer diagnostic through Python-based GUI. Thank you very much, sir, to spare some time for us. I may like to convey our sincere thanks to Professor Aman Huda, Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Applications and Management, who accepted our invitation and delivered an invited talk on analytics-enabled research paper writing. Sir, you made it seem so simple and easy. It really motivated for all of us. I also wish to express our sincere gratitude to Professor Mirza Muhammad Sufyan Beg, Principal Zakir Hussain College of Engineering and Technology, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, UP, who accepted our invitation to deliver the talk on precisiated natural language. He is always a source of inspiration for me. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to thank Dr. Muhammad Zakwan, Assistant Professor, Polytechnic Campus, Maulana Azad National Urdu University, Hyderabad, for accepting the invitation, delivered a talk on application of computational intelligence in civil engineering. Thank you, sir, for sparing the time for us. I thank Dr. Mohit Ahmed Bhatt, University of Kashmir, Srinagar, J&K, for accepting the invitation, joining us on the second session of day 3. He delivered an invited talk on data science in agriculture. I thanks a lot, sir, to enlighten us. I express my heartiest thanks to Mr. Vinay Kumar Singh, Danahar Corporation, Bangalore, Karnataka, and Head Office, USA. This is the industry IT sector, who accepted the invitation as a resource person and enlighten us with big data uses in healthcare. Thank you, sir, for sharing the valuable information to us. I am also very grateful to Dr. Sahab Sakir Sohail, Jamia Hamdard University, New Delhi, who accepted invitation and delivered the talk on the topic current trends in handling social network data, challenges and possible solutions. It was an interesting session to see the things working live on screen. Thank you so much, sir. I thank Dr. Lau Kumar, BITS Pilani, Hyderabad campus, Telangana, for accepting the invitation and joining us on the first session of day 5. He delivered an invited talk on selection of important features using genetic algorithm. Thanks a lot, sir, to enlighten us. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Mansaf Alam, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. We are thanking you, sir, for accepting the invitation to deliver the talk on AI-based big data analytics and IoT real-life application. Sir, we grace your presence on this occasion. Thank you very much, sir. Finally, it would be highly grateful to thank such disciplined and well-behaved participants. On behalf of the Department of Computer Sciences, Baba Ghulam Sabha University, Rajouri, I thank you all for your patience during the entire faculty development program. Convener of this faculty development program, Dr. Majid Basir Malik, Head Department of Computer Sciences, Baba Ghulam Sabha University, Rajouri, Jammu and Kashmir, is also an active and dynamic administrator, academician, and researcher. He always motivates us and inculcates positive energy to work in positive direction. Sir, we record our deep sense of appreciation and gratitude to you, sir, for the perfect logistic support and guidance. I also thank our sincere senior faculty members of the department, Dr. Kamar Rais Khan and Dr. Sanjay Jamal Sahab. Without their guidance, we could not get success to organize the faculty development program. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to the Ms. Najmun Nisa, PhD research scholar in the department, for her anchoring and generous cooperation in smooth flow of the faculty development program. Thank you, Najmun Nisa, you did a fantastic job. And also thanks to Dr. Muhammad Naseem, organizing secretary, and all the organizing committee members, Dr. Kamar Rais Khan, Dr. Sanjay Jamal, Dr. Adil Ahmed Lawe, and Mrs. Parveen Rana, and technical staff, Mr. Gurpreet Singh and Mr. Manas Saab, for organizing and supporting the overall program and making this event a success. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago or months ago also. It requires planning and coordination. There are always some silent workers who prefer to remain behind the scene, but take the major burden on their soldiers. Be it Baba Ghulam Sabha University have been always fortunate enough to the backed by a team of such motivated and dedicated colleagues who know their job and are always result oriented. I would like to thank all of them on behalf of this institution as well. We hope to host all the respected guests and participants someday here in our lush green and beautiful campus of Baba Ghulam Sahib Badshah University, situated in the lap of Pir Panjal range of Himalayan mountain range in Jammu, in Rajouri, J&K, to visit us when the offline programs will organized by the university. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all. Have a nice evening ahead. Over to Najmun Nisa.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Dear delegates, here this FDP, that's Faculty Development Program, successfully concludes. Hope to see you in the next program. Here I conclude with these few words. Success is no accident. It's hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. Thank you so much. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.
Yeah, dear participant, I have shared the feedback link. Please fill it. those participants who have filled the feedback form, they can leave.